Hey folks, Garrett here. I'm going to do another figure review this evening. This time the Toys R Us exclusive Countdown. I have been struggling with this review. In fact, this is the second take this evening. But I've been trying to do this review for quite a while now. And I don't know why I've had such a difficulty doing this review, but I'm giving it another shot. I watched a video by I Love Mess the other day. A fairly new video that he did that gave me a little bit more inspiration to tackle this review again, which I'll get to that here in just a second. But let's talk about this vehicle mode, or just talk about Countdown actually. So Countdown, now this is the homage to the, was it 19, let me just open the book, I've got it bookmarked. The 1989 Series 6 Micromaster rocket base. Countdown. Okay, this is the original Countdown rocket base. Pretty faithful as far as the colors. Rocket wise is fairly spot on. Here we have Countdown in his robot mode, the original one, which you'll see is color wise pretty faithful. By the time these figures came out, I wasn't really collecting anymore, so I really didn't have the connection, and I think maybe that might be why I'm having a little bit of difficulty doing this review of this figure. I mean, I'm still kind of have mixed feelings about this figure. Anyways, just wanted to see what the original Countdown looked like. Second. But, you know, the original Countdown was a rocket base, whereas the new Countdown is a mobile rocket launcher. Honestly, I can't remember who the original character this mold is from. No, it's Cybertron Defense Force. Is it Red Alert? Is that who it was? I like the vehicle mode. I like the mold on here. I like the details, the armor plating, the little fire points here on the sides and here on the front. You know, he's even got this little water cannon here for riot control, I guess. I don't know why a mobile rocket launcher would need a little water cannon like that. You know, the fuel tanks. Very nicely sculpted vehicle mode. The rocket is a teeny bit big, so it's a tiniest little bit out of proportion, I think. But it's not too bad. It doesn't kill it for me. What I don't like about this mold, or about this mode, it has nothing to do with the mold. I think it's a great vehicle, is the color. Okay, the original Countdown rocket, gray and white, you know, that's fine. The red and the white and the silver, you know, don't mind any of that. This blue is horrible. The original Countdown was a very bright blue. This blue is just dull and dead to me. I don't like it. I think it kills the details there on the side. I mean, you have to look pretty close to see the details. And plus, considering the fact that the wheels aren't painted, they're just black, blending up into this dull, dark blue. Yeah, I don't like that. Don't like that at all. But robot mode kind of redeems it here shortly, but we'll get to the robot mode here in just a second, because in robot mode most all that blue disappears. I'm going to reference the Bible one more time, because this is another thing that kind of bugs me about this, because I think that Hasbro kind of dropped the ball on this. As far as the homage, again, I said I was finally influenced to do this review from one of I Love Mess's most recent reviews, and upon watching that review, started thinking about this figure, and I was like, wow, they really screwed up. I mean, because what I'm going to show you, a little bit of repainting on this, they could have had a much better homage. I'll move this guy out of the way. Double dealer. Now, this was only a year before, and I was starting to phase out of the collecting, but I do remember this figure. This was one that I had wanted at the time, but then later decided not to because I wasn't going to collect anymore. But look at this vehicle mode right here. I mean, I just think it would have been a much better, faithful homage to have made this a double dealer paint job on this guy. I mean, yeah, you wouldn't have had the little Vulture or Falcon mode, whichever, and you wouldn't have had the little Power Master engines and things that plug into them, but still, vehicle-wise, and I think even robot-wise down here, they could have made this an homage to Double Dealer, and I think that would have been a much better choice, in my opinion. So, okay, does come with a force chip, which is pretty boring. Just gray pearlescent plastic, molded plastic with a little bit of red paint right there for the symbol. Inserts here in the back of the vehicle. And this is another thing that bugs me, that does bug me about the mold, and I think it's redundant, and I don't understand why. You insert it here, and when you press it in, the big giant rocket becomes, I guess, a big giant laser blaster, photon cannon, something like that. That seems redundant to me. I would have much rather had this insert on the vehicle and had some sort of weapon pop out on the vehicle, as opposed to inserting it into one weapon to turn it into another weapon. He's already got this giant rocket attached to him. Why does it need to turn into a laser cannon? That just seems silly to me. But you know, oh well. I'm gonna go ahead and take this out. Okay, close this up. And as you heard, I do have the batteries in here, because I do put batteries in my figures. You know, I just check on them every once in a while. I haven't had a problem with any leakage or corroding so far. So keep, you know, well, knock on particle wood. But yeah, when you remove the cannon, it does have a rocket engine sound. Okay, now we're going to start out. This white piece comes to the side like so. Okay, I am going to go ahead. This is one other slight little nitpicky gripe that I have, is that this middle piece right here comes out. These parts actually become his legs, as we all know. This piece will come out and attaches to his arm for one of his weapons. However, the little pegs that they have on here, the way that they're designed, the way this thing fits in there, I mean, it's like prying teeth from the jaws of hell to get this thing out. Those little pins just fit in there so tight. But yeah, I always feel like I'm going to break it whenever I'm trying to take that out of there. But anyways, this will become a weapon. I'm going to set this to the side for right now.